it has lots of nice features. There's some slight differences. I think now we're live streaming. It is. Here we are. It is the Beck Scrum on Monday. We have Robert, we have Michael, we have Sam. How are things going? Well, I think I'm just going to first check that I'm sending the right live stream from this. Oh, it looks like I probably was. Okay, well, that'll do. We're still getting used to Jitsi. This is the second week, actually, now of Jitsi. We've used them successfully through the previous week, and we're just sort of carrying on, and it seems to be going quite well. Also, it looks like we have Lokesh has joined us. I went first last time. Let's go in order of arrival. Michael, how are things going with you?
Good. How are you?
All the better for having you here. Yes. Anything to report?
Not much.
Apart from the thing that you did, what did you do?
So I predicted. I got a list of the top 10 potential signups, and that could be made into any number you want, like the top 20 or whatever.
Right. Right. And you posted that in the data mining channel, and this is based upon your data forest, your probability forest.
Yeah, which is still kind of like a trivial model right now.
Yes.
Because it's literally like 0.7, 0.69 AUC.
In terms of its, like, accuracy.
Yeah, and it's on a 2-class problem. So I'm using like random forest and smote, like I told you before.
Right.
When my friend says that's like trivial, like 0.7, he says he can basically always get that with like using methods like that on data.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, it's given us some good.
So the goal is to like feature engineer more.
Yes. Yes.
And try to get more features in there and like figure out what gets more of the signal. We could get like a 0.8 or something.
Absolutely. Yes, and I've got more on that subject that we'll come to when it's my turn. But yeah, that's great. Anybody interested in that, do check out the data mining channel. And yeah, cool. No, so nothing blocking you going forward on that, Michael, just the need to get more features and more data.
Yep.
Cool. All right, it's great. Robert, how are things going with you?
Yeah. So what I was doing last week's. So 2 weeks ago, I was working on a background job to geolocate users in our project Rundfunk mitbestimmen. And we deployed that already, and we have the location of the users now. And what I was doing what I deployed just today is a so-called choropleth map, which is a visualization of how many users live in which federal state of Germany. Yes, so it's a kind of a data visualization. I just deployed that, so I have no blockers. Just maybe if anybody is interested in data visualizations, may just have a look.
Yeah.
Regarding the user experience, because I'm not quite sure. It is not finished yet, and I was just thinking about how people would interact with this data visualization. Would they select regions and are interested in what people from that area, which broadcasts they like? Or are they interested into broadcasts and want to see from which regions the users are coming?
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Well, maybe if you've got time at the end, you could share your screen and we'll have a look at the data visualization together. Does that sound good? Yeah. Cool. Well, that would be great. Excellent. Well, let's go on and Lokesh, how are things going with you?
Yeah. So. I read your suggestion on my pull request on manual update of YouTube link for website 1.
Yep.
And so I all agree upon your idea, and I think we should perhaps use this YouTube Reels. What do you think?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and as you say, I mean, we don't have to use it immediately. Like that could be, one could open a new ticket to say, replace this with the YouTube Reels. I mean, it's sort of a question there of Now, do you write the unit test for the method that you've added that doesn't have a unit test, which is, you know, a certain amount of work, or do you say, well, actually, instead of that, should we just grab a gem? Which, I mean, then we would hope that all the methods in that gem had been properly unit tested, which is something else to check. So, you know, so it's a kind of thing that you could do as part of this pull request, or you could say, well, I want to move on to other stuff, and you could create a refactoring ticket for it. And that's sort of up to you about which way you want to go. I would say that the important thing is that, you know, if there's an issue that's been flagged and you decide not to work on it, what we really must have is a link to the ticket, which is the refactoring, which is going to address the issue, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I already have a spec test for this.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah. So if you've done the unit test, yes, absolutely. Then that can pop that in, and then, I mean, you could still, if you were excited by the gem and you wanted to put it in, you could put it into that pull request, or you could say make a refactoring ticket and then do a separate pull request later, or someone else who's interested can do it. So again, that's sort of your choice, really.
Okay. And I completed this pull request of adding cucumber test for join now patch. You suggested,
okay, you made the changes of the scenario, the names of the cucumber steps based on what I suggested. Oh, fantastic. Okay, yes. Well, I'll review that, and hopefully we can pull that straight in.
Okay, that's it.
Great. Yeah, and nothing blocking you? You've got that other local support thing to work on?
Yeah, I will look forward to now work on that.
Yeah, great. Excellent. Moving on with our Scrum, then on to me. We had the marketing meeting. We're starting to get very interesting input from our survey of premium members and what they like and dislike and so on. And lots of other general good progress in marketing can all be seen in the marketing channel. I've been working on updating the dates and things for the MOOC Part 2. This is Agile Development Using Ruby on Rails Part 2. The advanced section is going live. Actually, in contrast to last year where we broke over the summer, it's now going live immediately after the run of the first part of the course, and goes live tomorrow. Certainly there's some people who are saying that's preferable to have the courses run back to back. So there's still a bit of extra work to do there. Yes, and I'm just trying to stay on top of all of the bits and pieces of admin and so on. I did get to see Michael's analysis of the people who might be likely to sign up for premium in data mining, and I reached out to a couple of those people and started some interesting conversations. So that's good. I've also been further reading the name of is machine learning and data prediction, or what's the name of the book again, Michael?
Something professional.
Oh yeah, machine learning and predictive, fundamentals of machine learning for predictive data analytics.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so
it's more of a high level kind of book.
Yeah, but I think as you were saying, Michael, there's some very interesting exercises at the end of chapter 2. But yeah, I can see interesting next steps for us. So I'll maybe copy those over into the data mining channel. But I think that's all for the Scrum. So we could finish the Scrum, and we've got one is maybe Robert can show us the data visualization that he's been doing. Is that? Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Sure. It's online.
Yeah. Do you want to share your screen or paste the link into the? There is a chat.
I'll paste the link, and you can do the screen sharing.
Oh, okay, great. There you go. Sounds good.
Hang on. So copy. Where is the chat? Is somewhere.
Yeah, so the third one down on the left. There's an open closed chat thing.
Enter the nickname into the box below. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead. There's also the top one is yeah, got it. Okay, and the top one is the very top one you can set your display name permanently and also a gravatar, so you won't have to set it again in future.
Sure. Actually, maybe Robert is better. Robert, there we go.
Yeah, so I'll just do screen share, and we've got here the visualization. Can everybody see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Wonderful. And it says, first of all, congratulations, you found a missing feature.
Yeah, so all the visualizations, we have 4 right now, and this is maybe a call to action to encourage people who visit the site in order to get in touch. So this is half implemented.
Okay.
Left this, well, I should say something like this is a half implemented feature.
Yeah, so you found an incomplete feature would be the but yes, so that's wonderful. So that, I mean, what would, I don't know if you're interested in the feedback, but yes, if it said you found an incomplete feature, and then maybe if this, you know, had a call to action and it linked to, you know, this is a great thing to have on this page. I think if there was then a link to where would I go if I wanted to contribute now?
Yeah, it should be the email address.
Okay, so there's this one down here. Yeah, right. So maybe I will find and notice this down here. But yeah, if this, I guess you want people to go to GitHub, but you could even have here. This could hyperlink directly to the contributing thing on GitHub, and that might help more people find it. Anyway, you're like, so like if that links directly to that. But anyway, but this looks fantastic. Yes. So geographical visualization, distribution by region. And so, so we can mouse over the different parts of Germany there, and we can see, now tell me more about, see, this is saying, like here, this is saying like 36 users. Does that mean that 36 people in this region have interacted with your site, or what does it mean?
So we have 550 users, and, 330 of them maybe hover over somewhere else.
Sure.
And move the mouse somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
No, not on a region.
Oh, not on a region. Yeah, yes. If I move it off the region.
35 users who have a geolocation.
Right. I see. Right.
Yeah, but I mean, this should be obvious. So apparently, this is not as. I was thinking what to put there, if the user doesn't hover on a state. Anyhow, so these people have a geolocation, and I don't want to put markers on the map because I'm concerned a little bit about data privacy. I think regions or maybe postal code areas should be general enough, not to make it possible to track people down. You understand?
Yes, I know what you mean. We have a not dissimilar thing in the main Azure Ventures site, which does it worldwide by, I think, the number of people in each region.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool. I haven't seen that. Did have to check it out.
Yeah. Which is it's doing the regions thing. But yes, you can do it and put the dots and just put the flags on the postcode rather than the actual address is also.
Yeah, that would be one way. It would be a more fine granular level. So the idea behind this is broadcasting is a federal organization here in Germany. So you have every German home belongs to a jurisdiction of one of those broadcasting corporations. So the idea is that they might be interested in, okay, I want to know what people like in that area. So maybe they click on the region and then something pops up. Another view, maybe a table of broadcasts from people from that area.
Right.
Is it the other way around? So I'm, for example, one of the managers or the producers of one particular broadcast. I want to see where are my supporters coming from?
Yes, no, that's interesting. So, I mean, I guess it makes me want to ask things that may seem like rather simple and strange questions. But so the system at the moment, if you become a user of the system, and then it presumes that you're probably in Germany, or at least you're somewhere where you're watching German broadcasts, and then as a user you can rate the broadcasts. Is that the key thing that people do with and once they've become a user, what does it allow the user to do?
So once you become a user, you can vote on broadcasts. So you can say, I want to support it or I don't want to support it. And you will then have a list of all supported broadcasts, and you can distribute your virtual budget of €17.50 among those supported broadcasts.
Yes. No, that makes perfect sense. And so, yeah, I mean, I would imagine that what I'd be interested in, for example, if I was a resident of Sachsenhausen in Dresden, is that I would want to see what other people in this region also liked. So I guess, like of those other, like assuming that I'm one of them, there's 10 other users. Presumably, I mean, you're saying still missing here, select specific broadcasts, select different metrics, but presumably, sort of just showing, the aggregate of what were the broadcasts that the people in my region also liked would be quite interesting to people. Would you think?
Yeah. That would be select the region first and then see more information in another view, maybe like a list of broadcasts that are very popular in that area.
Right. And even in the same view, like even it could just appear over here, could it? Or maybe it would be too big.
No, I think that would be okay, or at least on a large screen.
And then here, so you're saying as possible things to select specific broadcasts. Why would one want to select specific broadcasts in the context of a map?
Yeah, that was the idea. Consider that you are the producer of that broadcast.
Okay.
And you want to see, okay, where are my supporters?
Okay. Yes.
So I thought it's interesting for especially broadcasts with a limited broadcasting range, like radio show. Or we also have a lot of locally connected broadcasts.
Sure.
Because they have local news, maybe. In fact, those broadcasting corporations emphasize it quite a lot. They produce a lot of content that is somehow related to their region only. Or is it something? Also we have broadcasts, of course, that are viewed by a lot of people all over Germany. That's actually the normal case.
Yes. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I can imagine that I was, if I was a person who was the broadcast, I would like to know which areas, my broadcast was appealing to, and so on. That's the. Now the interesting thing there is, I think you're using Cucumber. Are you using? Have you got user stories in the form of the, as a so and so that I can?
I always do that.
Yes, right. So I guess there'd be a specific story for that broadcast owner as a broadcast owner, so that I could see the relative popularity of my broadcast in different areas. I would like to be able to select an area and see what was, I'd like to be able to select an area and see what's popular there, or I'd like to select my own broadcast and see which areas it was popular in. Yeah, good stuff. What's that mean? And so that just made me think of a different question about this, is that, I mean, presumably at the moment, the way the system works is that the people who are allocating their budgets, it's not actually allocating budget. It's sort of more of a kind of exercise, like presumably currently the German Broadcasting Corporation or what have you doesn't actually use people's opinions through the system to distribute the money. It's distributed, as you were describing, like in this sort of, people make these decisions independently of what people like. But so the people who are signed up for this are they're saying, if I had the power to distribute the money the way I wanted, this is how I would do it, right? Yeah. So can I see from here, I guess, like the different, a list of broadcasts and their relative popularity?
Yes, it's right that.
This one here.
So this is just a table. And a couple of weeks ago, a guy from one broadcast called Game 2 put a link to our platform on Reddit. And that's the reason why this particular broadcast has an extraordinary 3,000 euros budget.
Sure.
But that's only because people sign up. He had a query parameter in the links, so people just voted on that particular board.
Right. Sure. No, I understand.
And you can even see that. So there's one column called approval, and that means how many people from those people who had seen that broadcast in the application. So if people see a broadcast, read it, how many people actually clicked support?
Right.
You can see it's almost 100%.
Right. Interesting. That's very interesting. Oh,
the other broadcasts are very interesting as well, because all the rest people had to just go the usual process and select it from a list. So the others should be quite all right.
But it's very interesting to see the this thing. I mean, I think it's a wonderful project, and you're getting this data that you can then visualize in different ways. I think it's fantastic. Just seeing the list with the money reminds me of this. Oh gosh, I wonder if I can quickly find it. Startup engineering. There was a startup engineering course in which can I find it? There was and people were using Bitcoin to kind of effectively vote for different startup things. It was called Startup MOOC. There was like a little. There you go. It's kind of, this was a while ago now, but the leaderboard is frozen. But you see here, this people were kind of doing. Everybody set up a page, and on the page you had a Bitcoin donation and thing to tweet it, and then they had a sort of a listing like this, and it was all kind of. But it was done actually with real coins. But yeah, sorry, I was just seeing this here. Made me think of that. I don't know that it's necessarily. Cool.
I mean, of course, this table also has its weaknesses, because we don't want to compare every broadcast with each other, because some of those are much more expensive than others. So the broadcasting rights, from, for example, the World Championship, so the most expensive thing ever, compared to a radio broadcast, which is really, really cheap compared to that. So you all have to. Well, this is just the very straightforward way of putting this on a big ledger. That's it.
Yeah. No. It's even so. I think having the data available, possibly also having the data available for download, is
that's actually good.
Yeah. And then I guess when people can search the individual broadcasts, and presumably if I was logged in, I could then. Yeah, no, it's great stuff. And so, was there anything else we can help you on the visualization front at all?
Yeah, maybe just user experience, like having the reaction of people, and see if the idea behind the feature is actually clear. Right. So if you, for example, could just go and visualize without the geo.
Okay. Yeah.
You see more examples. Some of them are implemented, some are not. This one is kind of implemented. This is not implemented, not at all. This is also not implemented.
Sure. That's those four. Yes. Yes, and of course, one of the things that we provide as part of the Agile Ventures thing as a project is you can get, a full user experience review of the project. And that's something we could, if you're interested in getting that's something we could do, not just of the geo, but of the whole system.
Yeah, sure. I love that, because now we have PV, but sometimes it doesn't tell you everything, right?
No, sure.
What I always do is just go to Berlin and go to certain technology meetups, sit next behind people and ask them. And I try to not write everything down, just as I do right now.
Sure. Yeah. The thing that I've done in the past for other, and then that's interesting. Because I'm on screen share. I was confused there because I came back and I saw your face. And I think, is that what I was broadcasting? And I was screen share. I got just your video there. Hopefully that was. Maybe it wasn't. Well, we're still getting used to managing the broadcast of these things. But yeah, so I've done that before, like for the Met Plus project, and what I can do is basically record a video of me walking through the site, narrating the experience of using it, and saying, okay, well, and just talking out loud and say, well, I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying this, and this doesn't make sense, and what have you. And then you get like a 30, 45-minute video of, the complete stumbling user experience and suggestions, which if that would be useful to you, I could certainly put one together.
Of course. Of course, I need that all the time. Every time when we implement some kind of feature, it somehow changes the way how people would use the app, because it should improve it, right? The user experience become better. For example, Matt has recently deployed his very first feature, which is that if you search for broadcasts, you can actually order them alphabetically,
right?
Ascending and descending order them randomly. Was also kind of requested. So all of this should kind of improve the user experience. So we're constantly generating more feedback, like qualitative feedback, to see what did work, what didn't. We don't have enough data to make something like an A/B test. Yeah, but still, absolutely, it's so really helpful.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Cool. Well, so good to catch up with you, Robert. I don't know. I was going to say, Michael and Lokesh, did you have any thoughts on the visualization or the system? I don't know if you were looking at it as well.
Yeah, it looks great.
All positive from Lokesh. Michael is muted, and I expect working on some data mining things.
Yeah, I agree with the point.
Go on, Lokesh.
Yeah, I agree with the point that the user might not think that this thing can be visualized. Yeah.
Say it again. The user would not expect this thing to be visualized?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
And so then you think, Lokesh, then they would be pleased to see the visualization?
Yeah.
Maybe I should also make it more prominent, maybe on the landing page. Have this kind of, yes, of course. So stupid. Make it more.
No, so the interesting thing to consider there is that so we have, one of our main projects that you may or may not be aware of, which is the Harrow Community Network, and so it's got this listing of volunteer opportunities. But yeah, so we kind of have the visualization front and center on the homepage, so you see the. I think that's, at least for me personally. I don't know. For me personally, that kind of the visualization kind of grabs me, rather than just seeing a page which is like a list of things. I don't know, maybe that makes it, but maybe it makes it too busy for some people. But it's anyway, something to think about.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, great to see you all. We've got the AV community meeting coming up in about an hour. Maybe see some of you there. I guess I'm gonna get a cup of tea and try and get some more things done. Michael, I'm trying to post into data mining like this stuff about this next stage from the textbook, which is about designing and implementing features. It's annoying that I can't copy and paste out of the Kindle. But there we go.
You have the app.
Have the app? Is there an app for copying and pasting out of the Kindle?
No.
But
you have the app on your desktop, right?
Yeah, I do. I
think they don't let you copy because of
Yeah, I think it depends. Books, I think it's a setting that the the book author can make. Although actually, I just found a. Oh no, I can't do it with Command C. That's what it is. Yeah, great to see you, Robert. And thanks for being so understanding about the changing of the images for. We're just in the process of pushing that up. I really do love your infographic, and hopefully that can just be embedded, lower down on your page, and we get the smaller one up the top. Good stuff. All right, guys. Bye for now. See you all again soon.
Bye.
Bye.